Have you ever wondered why you feel restless on certain days? Why your sleep gets disrupted for no apparent reason? Or why earthquakes seem to happen more often during certain times? The answer might be written in the stars, or more specifically, in our sun. Our sun is not just a giant ball of fire sitting quietly in space. It's a living, breathing, constantly changing star that directly affects everything on Earth. From our weather to our emotions, from earthquake patterns to our very DNA, the sun influences our lives in ways most people never realize. Right now, as we approach the end of June 2025, we're witnessing something extraordinary. The sun is going through one of its most active periods, and this activity is creating ripple effects throughout our entire solar system. This is the story of how solar storms are not just affecting our technology, but are actually helping to awaken something deep within humanity itself. As we move toward the end of June 2025, something massive is happening in our solar system. The sun, which many people think of as stable and unchanging, has suddenly burst into extraordinary activity. Just when scientists thought solar activity was beginning to calm down, a powerful event shook the entire solar system. Massive coronal mass ejection. Imagine a giant bubble of superhot gas and magnetic energy just exploded from the far side of the sun. This wasn't a small solar burp. This was like a cosmic cannon firing a magnetic bullet of pure energy into space. The sheer size and power of this explosion reminded everyone that we live under a sky that literally breathes fire. But here's what makes this event so significant. It might not be just a random solar hiccup. Many researchers believe this could be the trigger for something much bigger that's about to unfold. The numbers tell an incredible story. The sunspots facing Earth, these are like magnetic storms on the sun's surface, have surged past. 130, that's more than double what they were just weeks ago. When sunspot numbers jump like this, it's like seeing warning lights flash red on a dashboard. Something big is building up. Even more fascinating is what's happening on the sun's far side. A gigantic cluster of sunspots that was hidden from Earth's view is now rotating to face our planet directly. This cluster survived its journey across the backside of the sun, staying stable but silent. Now it's emerging into our view, and scientists are holding their breath to see what it will do. Adding fuel to this cosmic fire is Mercury's superior conjunction. This is when Mercury lines up in a specific way that historically has been connected to major spikes in solar activity. It's like the planets are lining up to amplify whatever the sun is planning to do next. Most people don't realize that solar storms affect human beings directly. We're not just talking about satellites going offline or GPS getting confused. We're talking about real, physical effects on your body and mind. When the sun releases powerful magnetic energy, it doesn't just stay in space. This energy travels through the solar system and hits Earth's magnetic field. When that happens, it creates electromagnetic pressure that your body can actually feel. Have you ever experienced sudden anxiety that seemed to come from nowhere? Or found yourself unable to sleep for nights at a time, feeling exhausted but unable to rest? Many people experience these symptoms during periods of high solar activity, especially during solar maximum, the peak of the sun's activity cycle. The symptoms are very real and very common. Anxiety doesn't just increase slightly, it can surge like an internal alarm system going off. Your sleep cycles can become completely disrupted, leaving you tossing and turning at night and feeling drained the next morning. You might feel exhausted, even when you haven't done anything particularly tiring, as if you've been fighting a battle you can't remember. For people who are naturally sensitive to energy, the effects can be even more intense. Some describe it as feeling like there's a storm moving through their nervous system. Others report a full-body buzzing sensation, strange heaviness in their arms and legs, or a static-like humming around their head and heart. This isn't imaginary or all in your head. Scientific studies have shown that solar activity directly affects Earth's magnetic field, which in turn affects our personal electromagnetic fields. Your heart rate can change. Your natural sleep-wake cycle can get thrown off. Even your brain. Wave patterns respond to these cosmic energy changes. As we approach the end of June 2025, we're still in what scientists call solar maximum. This is when the sun is at its most active and unpredictable. Even though we might be starting to move toward the calmer part of the solar cycle, history shows us that some of the most powerful and disruptive solar storms happen not at the peak, but afterward, when everyone thinks the danger has passed. Here's something that might sound impossible, but is actually well documented. When the sun releases powerful energy, the Earth often responds with earthquakes. This isn't science fiction. It's a real phenomenon that scientists are still trying to fully understand. Just recently, within minutes of a major solar energy release, a magnitude 6.1 earthquake struck the seabed south of Australia. Almost immediately after that, another earthquake measuring 5.3 hit the continent's interior. This rapid sequence of earthquakes happening so soon after solar activity isn't a coincidence. The connection works like this. When solar energy flares violently, it changes Earth's magnetic field. These magnetic changes can subtly redistribute pressure deep inside the Earth's crust. Fault lines that are already under stress, like a rubber band stretched almost to its breaking point, can suddenly snap with just the slightest additional trigger. Think of it as a cosmic conversation between the sky and the ground. The sun sends out energy waves, and the Earth's crust responds with pressure waves. It's like the sun is whispering to the tectonic plates through invisible fields of plasma and magnetism. This isn't a new discovery. Historical records show similar timing between solar activity and earthquake patterns throughout history. Mid-ocean ridges, ancient continental areas, and zones that have been quiet for years are all beginning to react together, as if the entire planet is pulsing in sync with its star. By the end of June 2025, scientists expect to see more of these connections. The Earth isn't just a dead rock orbiting the sun. It's a living, responsive planet that's actively connected to solar activity through invisible but powerful energy fields. On the eastern edge of the sun, something spectacular and terrifying is happening. Massive plasma tornadoes are swirling with unimaginable force, creating vortexes of electric energy that loop back on themselves with magnetic precision. These aren't just pretty light shows. A single one of these solar tornadoes carries more energy than thousands of nuclear weapons combined. They tower far beyond Earth's scale. Imagine a tornado that could swallow our entire planet several times over. Each coronal loop and plasma vortex marks a point where the sun's magnetic field is becoming unstable. They're like warning signs that deep internal changes are happening within our star. These loops twist and coil with potential energy that can suddenly release as coronal mass ejections or unleash geomagnetic storms that ripple through space and affect everything from satellites to power grids to human biology. What makes these solar tornadoes particularly dangerous is that they often hide behind the edge of the sun, brewing in silence where we can't see them. The most disruptive events, the ones that scramble GPS systems, black out communications, and create aurora displays visible around the world, often come from these hidden solar giants. As we move toward the end of June 2025, astronomers are watching these formations carefully. The question isn't whether they will erupt, but when. And when they do, the effects won't just be numbers on a scientific chart. They'll be felt viscerally by every person on Earth. Here's the most important thing to understand. We're not just passive observers watching these cosmic events unfold. We're active participants in this cosmic drama. Every spike in solar activity creates what scientists call a bifurcation point, a moment where we have to choose how we'll respond. These solar storms don't just destabilize satellites and power grids. They shake loose illusions, pierce through the veil of ordinary consciousness, and fracture our normal routines. In doing so, they allow things that have been buried deep inside us, forgotten truths, ancestral wisdom, unresolved emotional energy, to rise to the surface. Right now, as we approach the end of June 2025, Earth is entering resonance with new high-frequency electromagnetic waves. This isn't just about what's happening in the outer environment, it's about what's happening in your inner world. You have a choice to make. When you feel the pressure, the anxiety, the sleep disruption, the strange sensations in your body, you can respond in one of two ways. You can shut down and retreat, trying to numb your sensitivity to avoid the intensity. Or you can lean in, breathe deeper, and tune into the intelligence that's riding these solar waves. To consciously ride these storms is to remember that transformation often comes disguised as chaos. The sun isn't here to punish us. It's here to illuminate us, to activate dormant parts of our consciousness, to burn away the dense layers that dim our inner light. These waves of solar energy aren't just disruptive, they're activating something profound within human consciousness. They're stirring a deep cellular memory that echoes far beyond this lifetime, awakening what many people call soul memory, the ancient knowing that's coded into your very DNA. This divine programming holds memories of who you were before you arrived on Earth. Ancestral wisdom that has been buried under layers of social conditioning begins to surface. Cosmic truths that once seemed like myths suddenly feel real in the deepest parts of your being. These solar frequencies aren't random bursts of light. They're encoded transmissions designed to shake the dust off your cosmic blueprint, the chaos. And discomfort you might feel isn't destruction. It's a sacred summons to your awareness, a frequency sharp enough to rattle the bars of the mental prison that our culture has created. It doesn't break you down, it breaks you open. Each solar flare is like a pulse, an invitation to remember that you are not merely a biological machine. You are frequency, you are light, you are the voice of stardust made conscious. Each flare, each earthquake, each sleepless night is part of a grand orchestration. These aren't accidents or random events. They are activations designed to help you awaken, stabilize, and embody the light of the cosmos with every breath you take on Earth. As we approach the end of June 2025, let these storms refine you rather than break you. Use this cosmic intensity as a purification process that cleanses what has become stagnant in your life. We're still in solar maximum, the peak period of the sun's activity cycle that typically brings the most intense and unpredictable solar and magnetic disruptions. Although we might be beginning to move toward the calmer part of solar cycle 25, this phase can be deceptive. History shows us that many of the most violent solar storms on record, the ones that disrupted power grids, grounded flights, and triggered cascading electromagnetic chaos, didn't happen at the height of solar maximum, but during its fading phase. When solar charts show quiet periods, and experts declare the cycle is past its peak, that's often when the cosmos delivers its most humbling surprises. This is why we can't become complacent as we move through the end of June 2025. Our planet is still swimming in a sea of volatile energy that can flip from calm to chaos within hours. Stay alert, not just by watching the skies, but by tuning your nervous system to the subtle shifts. Feel the pressure changes, the buzzing sensations in your body, the inner disorientation that often comes before outer disruption. Don't dismiss the headaches, the insomnia, or the emotional swings. They might be your body's antenna system responding to energy changes that satellites haven't detected yet. But above all, don't collapse into fear. Instead, use this cosmic intensity as your purification process. Let these storms cleanse what has become stagnant. Let them refine your awareness and reorder your inner circuitry for higher alignment. You are not powerless in the face of these cosmic changes. You are not a victim of space weather. You are a conductor of energy, intention, and light. These solar storms are not happening to you. They're happening for you to help activate dormant potentials within your consciousness. As we continue through this incredible period leading to the end of June 2025, remember that we're all navigating this cosmic transformation together. Your experiences, your sensitivities, your challenges, they're all part of a larger awakening that's happening across humanity. The next solar flare might change everything, but instead of fearing it, we can embrace it as part of our collective evolution. These are the times our souls chose to be alive for, to witness and participate in humanity's greatest awakening. If this message resonates with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated on these cosmic developments. Share your experiences in the comments below. Have you felt the shifts, the pressure, the strange dreams? Let's create a community where we can support each other through these transformative times. From my heart to yours, thank you for being here and for being part of this incredible journey of awakening. Until next time, keep your inner fire burning bright and remember, you are the light the world has been waiting for.